that you could go anywhere in the fire company or in the towns around us and just say Bear and they would know who it is. He was a very well-liked man, and he was very active. He was a fireman for 50 years, and he loved being a fireman, and that's what happened the day that he passed away. As you see, I am handicapped, and I was in bed and I heard him in the kitchen, and I said, "Hun, I have to see you before you go." He says, "I'm going on a fire call. I'll be back." And the next thing I knew, a fireman and a policeman came back and said that I had to get to the emergency room because he collapsed at the fire scene. And when I got to the emergency room, he had passed away already. So I never got to see him before he died. But he was my life. He was a very, very loved man by everyone he knew. In fact, the firemen that did CPR on him at the scene started to cry when they couldn't bring him back because they liked him so much. It was a tough call. But I'll tell you, he said when he married me, he says, "I want to tell you right now, I'm a fireman first. And then I'm a husband." And in fact, the night before we got married, he was out fighting the fire until 4 o'clock in the morning. They had a dock fire in Perth Amboy, and that's where he was. And the priest that married us was the fire chaplain. And he said to the priest, he says, "If I don't make the wedding," he says, "you'll know where I am." I says, "Thanks." And he also was one of the charter members of the Antique Fire Apparatus Association of Central New Jersey. Of course, first we bought one fire truck, and then he came home with another fire truck. And at one point I had two, and he had to sell the one first, but we loved going to parades. He was really big on going to parades, and we were in 2 St. Patrick's Day parades a year. We were in 2 Memorial Day parades a year. We were in the 4th of July parade. We were in a Labor Day parade in South Plainfield, and somebody invited us to be in this Labor Day parade up on 5th Avenue, and we had our picture taken in front of St. Patrick's Cathedral, which was really a blast. And then we were also in the Halloween parades and 2 Christmas parades, but every year we paraded all over. He just loved being in parades. And we would ride children of families around us, and several of those boys became firemen later that we took on the truck as children. And he went to every school that was offered to him in the fire company, which helped him in his job when he got the job at Public Service, because he was given a special job there, and all these certificates that he had from the fire company made a big difference in his regular job. So that was a good thing. And he did that well. He was a great fireman. And he loved the fire service. And like I said, he died doing what he loved, so that's what everybody said I should be proud of. And they gave him the most beautiful funeral that I ever saw. And I've been to a lot of funerals. And they had the bagpipers there. He was just a little nobody fireman, and they honored him like he was somebody royal, and that was so special. It really, most of the people that came to it, said the same thing. They had never seen a funeral like that. So they paraded him from South Amboy into Perth Amboy, because that's where he was buried, out of the Perth Amboy church that we belonged to. So it was like everybody was on the streets everywhere. What was this big parade coming through? and firemen came from all over, and the fire trucks came from all over. So it was really a nice tribute to him. And this memorial is an even nicer memory for me for him. It's just so special. I'm so honored by this, that he is being put on this wall. And he would be so proud.